Whoops. Hey everyone, this is Melissa Ray. I'm Melissa with Monday Mindset Moments, and my channel handle is at Melissa Ray 2465. I watch and follow Challenging Kitchen, and today she dropped a Tuscan soup, Soupa Toscano, and then she presented a challenge for other people who want to make soup, and I thought, why not? So I'm going to make a 20-minute black bean soup. I'm going to take the banner down so you can see my ingredients. I've got my blender, a strainer, 4 cans of black beans. 2 cans I'm going to pulverize in my blender. 2 cans I will drain and rinse to add to the soup. I've got beef broth, a can of Rotel diced tomatoes and green chilies. I'm going to add a can of corn. I've got some lime juice, salt, pepper, chili powder, cumin, and cilantro. I've got an onion and 4 cloves of garlic that I will chop and saute with the olive oil. And then we'll get everything going. So I'm going to pause 1 minute and I'll be right back. All right, I have poured my 2 cans of black beans in here, and I'm going to press it to pulverize it. I have got my cook pot with some olive oil, and then I'm going to chop up my onion and my garlic. And this pulverizing is going to be really loud, so let me mute while I'm doing this. Okay, so you're supposed to pulverize it until it's a thick paste, which it is, which will be the base of the black bean soup. I might pulverize it just a little bit more, but then again, maybe I won't. That looks pretty good. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and dice up my onions and my garlic. Be right back. Rhonda makes this look so easy, doesn't she? All right, I have chopped my onion and my garlic, and they are sauteing in the olive oil. And again, I'm making 20-minute black bean soup. Give that a stir. Yeah, it looks so easy, but I'm telling you, when you're trying to manage everything at one time, it's a little tricky. So kudos to everybody who does a cooking show on their YouTube. It takes an octopus to do these things. All right, so I'm doing this. I'm stirring the onion, sauteing it for 3 to 4 minutes, the garlic. Then I'm going to stir in the tomatoes and my black bean base. Got to open my cans here. And I'll add the broth. The Rotel that I'm using has the green chilies in it already. I'll put in my seasoning. And I'm using about 1.5 teaspoons of cumin. And I'm using 1/2 teaspoon of chili powder. That's a little bit much, but I'm gonna go with it. And cumin. My grandmother was really good about eyeballing all her measurements. It was amazing. And she knew what a pinch and a dash and all of that was. And boy, did she make some great food. I have salt and pepper, but I'm going to go ahead and use real salt. because I like it. And pepper. Let's get my big container out here. Okay. Then my corn. Open that the old-fashioned way, right? Some people have these fancy-dancy electronic devices. I've had them in the past. It's really fun. But I don't. Whoops. Good thing my foot was out of the way. All right, so let me show you what that looks like. Just dumping the things in the pot. I'm going to stir it up. And you can smell these spices, the cumin, the chili powder. You can smell them already with the onion and garlic in here. Looks like a nice salsa happening. Then I'm going to pour in the black bean puree. Okay. And it's a thick paste. You can kind of see that. Tilt the camera a little bit. Like I said, y'all make it look easy. It's my first cooking video, so I know this is going to taste great. I've had it in the past, but not with corn and the tomatoes in it before. I've just made it with a black bean paste and black beans and served it with, cheese and sour cream or whatever as a topping. But this is going to be amazing. And so when I made it in the past, I made it because we have some vegetarian and gluten-free, dairy-free folks in the house. So for them, we used the substitute for the sour cream and the cheese. But they liked it a lot. It was really good. Now these, I'm going to go ahead and open and rinse and drain these cans of black beans. Right here. Let's dump them in my strainer. And you can always use that juice also. And I'm putting it right back in my blender. Let me rinse these off. Let that sit there a second and drain, and then I'll add it into my mixture that I've got on the stove here. It's really a simple recipe. I'm going to turn the heat up because I forgot to do that. It's pretty much just dumping all the things in, and then bringing it to a simmer after a little bit. Let me get it up to heat first, and then I'll bring it to a simmer for 10 or 15 minutes. And then my broth. Yeah, sorry, beef broth. I'm going to add beef broth. It says to add, two 14.5 cans of beef broth, but I'm using one 32-ounce container here. I'm going to add it together. And if your soup is too thick, well, you could add less broth. It's not too thick at all. I haven't used all of it. There's that much left in it. I may add more as I go along, depending on what happens once I add these whole beans in here. Okay. And after everything's cooked and it's simmered 10 to 15 minutes, and I feel like it's reached the point of being done, when you serve it and you take it out of here, you can add a squeeze of the lime juice on it. You can add some cilantro, salt and pepper to your taste. Yeah, and if you want cheese or sour cream or anything, you can add that also. You can add tortilla chips, if you have the strips, or you can just serve it with tortillas. So I'm going to bring the temperature up a little bit more, stir it, I'll show you what it looks like. It doesn't look like much right now. Okay. So this is all the things added in. Let me use my ladle so maybe you can see better. Okay. And sometimes, you know, when you're cooking, if you like more of one thing or another, like maybe you want more corn or maybe you want more tomatoes, put it in there. You know, ultimately, recipes are like suggestions, right? And so you can take their suggestions, but then make it work for your taste buds. So I'm going to hit pause and we'll come back in 10-15 minutes. Okay, the timer has gone off. I'm going to take a peek. Just so you know, I took a quick little taste. I added another can of Rotel with green chilies in it. It didn't have much of a flavor palette. I did not add the rest of that broth, so that's still here. So let's take a look-see. Okay. It looks more colorful. Looks good. Oh, it smells good. I can definitely smell the Rotel now and the cumin. I don't think it's quite done, but it looks pretty and it smells nice. I'll bring it over to you so you can see a little bit better. It's got nice colors in it now. I'm going to put the lid back on that, and I'll come back in just a minute. I'll set the timer for another 8 minutes, and then I'll check back in with you. All right, the timer has gone off again, so let's take a peek at our soup. Our 20-minute black bean soup. Oh yeah, it's gotten thicker. Still has the nice colors to it and really fragrant. Very nice. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and, as Challenging Kitchens likes to say, I'm going to plate this. Put this in the bowl. Just a little bit there. I'll turn it this way so you don't see my spill. But you can see, that's hard to do with the laptop. Maybe I need to move the laptop, huh? Turn it this way. Yeah. So you can kind of see it's in the bowl. Now I'm going to put some goodies on it. I told you when it's all done, we're going to put a little splash of lime juice on there. So a couple sprinkles of that. A little bit of cilantro. Oh, this looks good. That's nice. And again, because I have a dairy gluten-free home, we have some dairy-free shredded cheese I put on top. And I have some tortilla chips from the store. They're not in strips or anything, but look at what I can do. How about that? So put it over here. And once I get to taste it, I'll know if I need to add more salt or pepper to it. But there it is. I think it looks pretty good. I have to let mine cool down a little bit before I burn my lips. Don't want to do that. So let me stir that around with the lime juice there, and It's good. It's not as thick as it was before I added the broth. I think I would like a little thicker base than it is, but it is definitely palatable. I didn't add any salt yet. I'm not sure if I'm going to yet. I might have to take a couple more sips to make my decision. But that's it, 20-minute black bean soup. I hope that you have enjoyed it. My handle is here on the screen at Melissa Ray 2465. I do Monday Mindset Matters with Melissa. And thanks for letting me be part of your challenge. Have a great day.